Do 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 do. Bum bum bum. Da 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 dee da dee. Ha da 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 dee da. Hello everyone, it's me. I know you're all excited. And I am going to do something a little different. I'm going to kind of put a little review of sorts regarding the Dota 2 Crownfall event. I wanted to start this off differently by doing like this and then saying Crownfall. That's fine. Let's get into the nitty-gritty just to kind of start this off. Crownfall is a Dota 2 event that lasted from April 18, 2024, and is going to end on January 15th, 2025. Essentially, this event has lasted, in total, about 9 months, which is crazy to think about. During these 9 months of Crownfall, we've had 7.36 patch release, and with it came the facet system. We had Steam Game recording beta. Okay, that was just available as well. We had 7.37 come out. We had Ringmaster come out. We had the International. J.A.S was introduced and released. We also had Frostivus, which is this right over here, which is by doing stuff in games you get these little rewards. It says I have rewards available, but there's nothing I really want. I'm trying to buy. I was trying to buy this thing over here, so I can get to this for tokens. But it's not important. We're here to talk about Frostivus. But yeah, 9 months and all of that, which is insane to me. How many games do you know of have an event that lasts 9 months? Nowadays, probably not that many. I'm going to talk about the idea of this event. Why I decided to, kill myself over it as well. So let's begin with the really important one, which is the release and what this event represented. So, Vengeful Spirit, lore-wise, is one of the more interesting heroes, I would say, in the entire game. The idea of she was the ruler of her people, and then she was dethroned. The love of her life basically kind of ignored her a little bit because of his books. Give me a second. Her wings are physically clipped from her body, and then she is basically thrown to the earth to rot. She demands revenge. One of their gods gives her power, and she becomes the Vengeful Spirit. Skywrath, the love, has been apparently behind the scenes plotting or hoping or finding. In fact, I'll just pop open the comic right now. So you got this guy. Just gonna skip over. And I think there dictates a time frame in here. Come on. I'm pretty sure it does. It does not. Oh, 10 years. 10 years! She has essentially been dead with her wings plucked, cast aside, she died. Or, like, soulless. Yeah, so 10 years. And throughout all of this adventure, they have been finding an army, amassing an army, and it just inevitably leads to her stabbing her sister in the stomach. She's like, no, I'm not playing any games. I beat you, and I'm going to kill you. It's fantastic. It's beautiful. It's the perfect, nah, I'm not going to torture you. You're just going to die. That's what you deserve. Anyway, that's the basic essence of Crownfall, and it's really well done. I would say Valve, to this day, still holds very high quality dialogue. Sorry, I was thirsty. They hold very high quality dialogue to this day. If the 7th TF2 comic they released last month, like 7 years late, and they even incorporated that. If that has anything to say about it, then yeah, they still have good dialogue. There's a lot of great moments throughout this thing of expanding the lore and idea of the characters, making them feel more complete, and it works really well. It's one of my favorite things. That said, let's actually go through each act and kind of dictate the not story-based opinions. So let's begin with this. So let's start off with the token system. So the idea of the token system is basically every single hero in the game gets associated with respective tokens. I'm actually curious if J.A.S is in here, as well as Ringmaster. Oh, they are in here. Isn't that interesting? Yep, they're actually in here. That's actually quite neat. So the idea is that each hero gets associated with tokens, as my dog has a conniption fit. In order to get said tokens, you have to play them. You get all 3 tokens that the hero is associated with in an all-pick game. And in a turbo game, you get 2 of them chosen randomly. The only issue that the system had is that you had to win the games. And it sucked really badly. Having to win every single game that you played to actually get progress is a very slow and painful system. And for PvP games, it can be mentally exhausting and painful. Luckily, in Act 2, they did something very important. They implemented scrap tokens. So now every time you play a game, you would get tokens. You would get 2 for standard games, you would get 1 for turbos. So you would then bring these to the scrap merchant, where you can trade any 4 tokens in here to get a token of your choice, or you could trade in 4 scrap to get a token of choice. So essentially, even if you lost 6 games, at least you got something. You could, say, play specific heroes if you wanted, that you just actually knew how to play, instead of having to go through and pick like the hard specific ones, trade those tokens in, and slowly bring your way through this whole thing. it was a massive improvement to the system, and it was far more tolerable. I do, however, think that it did come at a minor cost of there being 1 or 2 spots that required 5 or 6 tokens, but it's been so long that I can't truly remember. What's interesting about Act 2 is they actually talk about 7.36 and why it is the way it is in this little bubble right here. Explain why the facet system is the way it is. But then we had Act 3. And Act 3 was pretty nice and gave you the token system right from the get-go instead of having to wait a little bit. Though it did get changed. Instead of getting a token that you wanted, trading any 4 would give you 2 random tokens, ignoring the tokens that you traded. Or you could trade any 2 for a couple of scrap. So then turn into the same system of 2 games of whatever, you could at least get this, or you could do 2 games of hating tokens and getting specific ones. It was a good system. I think it's the same in Act 4 as well. Yep, it is the same in Act 4 as well. Overall, I like that the system was implemented. It made it less painful on needing the wins. The losses didn't hurt as badly. It still hurt, especially in loss streaks, but at least you got something. Now, as for stories and the like, God, it's been so long I'd have to relook at these. So this one I think is one of the Meepo clones gets jailed and you gotta save the rest of them. Over here, Ricky's asking for a dagger get custom made. Or was made and then it wasn't given to him. This one is a really nice lore-related one because of Legion Commander's history. So basically, Legion is very much a conqueror of lands, probably for her people. And so a part of this is basically, why should I, Legion Commander, not try to kill you in all of your entirety when you are severely weak, Sorla Khan and associates? And it paints an interesting picture on war. I'm being, like, aggressively facetious with it. It's just basically, like, just solidly done dialogue. Let me see if I can get it here. Man, this one, I think, talks about it. I'll just let this get dialogued out. There we go. So it's basically like, why shouldn't I kill you? Because we did what you couldn't. And then she's like, fine, I'll leave and go this way. It's really done. It's really nicely done, the little side quest. This one is basically Centaur wants to get a new belt. And, well, just replay this bit. And there you go. That's just how it ends. It's great. And the best bit is that the guy's face ends up on here when you fully complete the act. It's beautiful. It's so good. I love it. Up here is a really nice one. Just simply for, I think it's this one here. Oh, no, it's this one. This one right here. And it's one of the best bits of dialogue, I think. it's just so perfect. Because it's just like, if we let you out and it would kill us, why would we let you out? And he just ends with that, and I was cackling. Because it was great. It's like, that's the perfect response to that. It's like, well, I'm screwed. I guess I have to let them out now. And it's just like, hey. And Axe was like, I don't want to actually purge our land. That's stupid. He made us what we are. And of course, the demon does it immediately. And so it turns into like, well, you guys can still do whatever the F you want. You guys can go rummage and pillage, and you can use this as your base to like eat meals and drink food and blah blah blah. And it's just, it's such good dialogue for wholly different characters. Let me just play it out. And it's just, it's such good dialogue. It's one of my favorite things about this whole event. The dialogue is fantastic. It's so good. I could keep going, honestly. Like, there's this one here where Pango's like, I want the great treasure. And Bruma's like, ooga booga, it's me. And you're freaking out my kid. And then it's like, let me go here. What's the request? Let me see the treasures. No. It's just magnets. And he's like, people want them magnets. It's just that. There you go. It's so good. It's the best way to end it. She's like, I've been getting aggravated all these years. I never asked why, and it's just that. Yeah, this one that talks about the lore of Crystal Maiden and Lena, which is just a really nice one. This one's all about Lich. It's so good. It gives... It's not only lore for Venge and Skywrath, but it's lore for just a ton of other characters. And it just... 9 months! And it's great! You got this stupid event that calls back to... This one here that calls back to Act 2. This one calls to Act 1. You got the weird, dumb one over here with Bloodseeker. You got Pudge's thing, which is like a morals opinion test. I think it's this one here that talks about it. Okay, well that just kind of talks about it. Okay, it's this one here, actually. Families, talk. I just want to let this bit of dialogue play out. And it's like, you just see Crystal Maiden with blood in her mouth because she just ate, you know, bird people. It's amazing. It's such dumb, brilliantly done dialogue. So now let's talk about the other aspect of the event, which was minigames. So I'm going to play each one for a little bit to give people an idea. So Act 1 had a fishing minigame. But we're just going to go over here because Act 2 had the same fishing minigame. Load, damn it. I know I had coordinator issues earlier. I partially forgot to play. Okay. I don't have to be good, I just have to show. Then you gotta do this, which is kind of like how it is in Stardew. Then you get the fish. And you would get like 5 of these, and you have to get a set amount of score. Then this one is something similar, but you instead are just stabbing the fish. And of course I suck. And you can see that I couldn't even do the rest of this. Can I at least get 1? There we go. So when you finally catch it, I'll play the minigame again. And there you go. Got a fish, and that'd just be how this one works. Then there was also Bat Racer, which is just basically Flappy Bird. So as you can see, Flappy Bird. I'll get to like 5k or something. There we go. And that's just basically how this one works. It's just Flappy Bird. Act 3 has some really fun ones. Or it's just, that's when they decided, you know what, let's go crazy with it. Here's Street Fighter. Like actual Street Fighter. Oh, what? There's styles? I guess it's just outfits. Yeah. And custom is like the one you have for the character. That's actually quite neat. I didn't know that. So I'll just play a match.
Round 1.
And there you go. I'm not doing like a full match. You get the idea. It's basically Street Fighter. Let's see. What was one of the other mini games? Oh yeah. There's Dragon Chess, which is basically Bejeweled. I could never do this one properly. Like, at all. We'll play until I kill this guy, basically. So you get attacked as it goes. If you make matches of 4 or higher, you know, just how standard Bejeweled works. Ow, I'm dying. Leave me alone. I don't see a match. I'm stupid. There it is. I'm dying. There we go. Got some cool attacks in. And there we go. That's basically how that one worked. Goodbye. I'm not playing that more than normal. This is a side-scrolling... Not side-scrolling. 2D shooter. This is basically how this one worked. You hit him with the opposite color, which kills them faster. If you get hit by the opposite color, you get hurt. But yeah, you gotta get the idea from here. I'm not gonna keep playing it. I have played it enough. And then here we got a bunch of them. So we got Angry Birds here. It doesn't matter how much I suck, since I already 3-starred basically the majority of these.
Looks like it's 12. Next time, figure out which team.
So yeah, it's just Flappy Bird. Die. So of course I did terrible. Garbage, but I already perfected it anyway. We got Minesweeper over here. I could never perfect this. Much to my severe disappointment. I don't think I can even perfect it now. So that's fantastic. Wow, I'm going to potentially fail this. Good. So there you go, that's just basically how this works, and it gets bigger and more complicated. The sucky thing about this one is... So, there is a way to quote-unquote cheat, which is basically just setting the map size properly, and then just, like, doing it piece by piece. So, like, you take a picture, you pause, you put it... Actually, no. So you do this, you pause, set up your camera, take a picture, go to a website where you can input what you did, and it's going to tell you, hey, do all of this, blah, blah, blah. I was on the last stage. I think I had 2 50-50 spots. And of course I lost, and I was so aggravated because I was basically good up until then. So yeah, that one hurt. Over here is Bomberman. So we'll just play like the first stage. The really neat thing about this was that there was a bunch of like custom things that you could get for upgrades. Where are you going? And of course, you know, I die like that multiple times, by the way. I have died like that multiple times. I'm not even joking. I suck. I know. Okay, there's a good one. That's killed me a lot, even though it's really good. So here's an example of a modification. So let's let you plant remote bombs. And if I die, I die. It's fine. So they don't trigger until I do that. Amazing. And then when you clear everything, it's like, hey, go here. Here's the exit. If you blast it with a bomb, and I'll just show it for context. If you blast it with a bomb, it closes and you have to kill, like, the thing that spawned. And there you go. That's basically how this one worked. Here are the other abilities. You can get a bomb kick, or you can have sticky bomb, or you can have super bombs that destroy multiple blocks at once, each line, but they are super massive. And then we have the one that really mentally destroyed me. Nest of Thorns, which is basically just Vampire Survivors. And my original goal was to do the whole thing. All 7 difficulties. However, I think it was difficulty 5. I'll just play him. Yep. Difficulty 5, where it's like, you have a thing that follows you around, and if you touch it, you die. So let's see how bad that is. I didn't actually see how bad it was. Oh, you. Okay. So if this touches me, I die. Yep. And there's great dialogue up here. I saw that and I said, I'm not even going to try anymore. Would I like these? Yes. But I'm not going to kill myself with this mechanic, and God only knows with these. Because this is probably going to be stuff gets faster and more health. Like this one. And God only knows with this. So I just kind of like stopped caring. So I'm just going to do it on the simplest difficulty and play a match, because I do actually want to play and show this off properly. Plus it lets the video be longer. And while I'm talking about that, I'm going to talk about the amount of stuff that I needed to do for this to get to this point, to quote-unquote finish it, blah, blah, blah. I needed to basically play a lot of games, especially with Act 1, in order to finish this. I decided to look up, for the sake of fairness, how many games I actually had to play. So, during these 9 or so months, I played about 319 games. Now, for a lot of people, that's not that many. For some people, that might be an obscene amount. But it was still a lot of games. Monthly, it was about 35, 36 games a month, which is a lot. It is, at least for me, a pretty obscene number, because if we were to take the average length of these games, these were basically turbo games for the most part, and if I had, say, a 30-minute game average, that is about 159, 160 hours of Dota over 9 months, or about 17 hours a month, which doesn't seem like a lot when you put it into hours, but it was still obscene. What do I want? Doesn't really matter. I'll take this one. I'm playing difficulty 1. It's not that difficult. I've done difficulty 4, and that almost killed me mentally. But yeah, no, it's basically Vampire Survivors. Just going back to this really quickly, this is basically Vampire Survivors. You have upgrades, you have item pickups, things like that. I'm probably not going to have the energy to do a full round. You know what, no, I'll still do a round, because I did actually like playing this for the most part. It's just my only main complaint, which I get why, is that in order to get the upgrades, you needed tokens. So I could have maybe needed another 10, 20 hours, maybe even something as obscene as 30 more hours to get all of the necessary upgrades to finish. Because there was a lot that you really, really needed. to perfect this. Because you need movement speed, you need XP multiplier, you need damage, you need cooldown, you need rerolls. It's a lot of necessary stuff. I at least want to play enough to show the mechanic. But let me go to the bathroom quickly. I know. Oh, wrong one. I am back. Vibes are redefined. Sorry about that. That in itself was partially why I feel bad about basically doing this stream today, because I would have done it like Saturday when I knew I had a strict, like, I can only do like 2 hours that day. Like, I could have done a 4-hour tonight. I just don't mentally feel great is the issue. I apologize on that. Let's see how strong I can get on just difficulty 1. Okay, now I gotta go all the way to Timbuktu. For what I think is the most annoying boss. There's 4 bosses in this. One is a meatball that gets bigger as it follows you. The longer it lasts, it gets bigger. There's a bunch of skeletons, which I think is this one. Skeletal archers, I should say. And you have to kill them one at a time in a random order. There's a golem that splits apart a couple of times as it dies. And then there is a just big dude that follows you. And it reses twice. And you have to kill it, basically. I'm very descriptive, I know. Yeah, this is essentially Vampire Survivors. Ow. Please die. I'm going to die! Jesus. Can't believe I took damage on difficulty 1. I'm garbage. Yeah, so this is what I mean by you have to kill the skeletons in a distinct order. Gotta kill the top one. Like, do you have to do the higher tiers to, like, finish the event? No, literally not at all. You just have to beat tier 1. But you get the good stuff on the later floors. Later tiers. And every time you defeat one of the bosses... I'll get health regen. You get a scepter that lets you upgrade one of the skills you have. And I'm going to take this one, because this is really good. Pierce, for context, is the amount of times that they can go through an enemy. The knives are like one of the strongest ones for like just moving about. Just because of its cooldown going to like nothing, basically. I need a magnet. So when you defeat the little Roshans, they drop a box that gives you an item. Some of the items combine, for example, if you have... Once they hit the level 3, they can combine with another item that follows, like, Dota rules. For example, they have a level 3 Ring of Tarask and a level 3 Reaver. You can meet a Heart of Tarask. Things like that. So what do you give me? Reaver. Perfect. If you combine Phylactery with a Crystallis, you can make a Conda. If you have all 3 swords, level 3, you can essentially make a Trident with that, which combines the effects of all 3. Now, I picked Skywrath because he feels the flashiest, but also he feels the most tolerable early. Technically, Kez is far better later because Skywrath's like attack is kind of meh in comparison to the... Oh, here's the golems fight. It's meh in comparison to the dagger, comparison to the knives. Plus, you can just make a dataless, which gives all your physical attacks a chance to deal critical damage and do more. And it's just nicer in general. But you can see like the pseudo effect of the daggers where I can just keep going in a direction and I'm fine. There's Crystallis. So you can see physical strike strike damage. Come on, die for me. So as you can see now he's split into 3. And I gotta kill these guys, and they split into a bunch of tiny ones that are just dying because they can't really come next to me. I'm just gonna stand still. Because I can. We're gonna do this one. So I'm even more safe. We're gonna keep maxing this so people can understand why knives are so good. So I'll go through like each character's thing. So Skywrath gets 20 less max health, but he gains 1 additional projectile, which is great until you get the projectile upgrade, in which case you can start using the other characters. Venge has magic damage, make enemies take more physical damage, if I remember. Kez moves faster. It doesn't state by how much extra movement speed, which bugs me. But he can then also cause, like, the tankier enemies to get critted, basically. So here's, like, the massive cooldown reduction I was talking about with Knife Throw. So now it's like the knives are permanent. Take Reaver. Did I need Heart? No. Literally not at all. This is difficulty 1, as I stated. There it is. Oh, it's not even done yet. God damn. But yeah, I can just walk down this pathway now. There we go. Yeah, so 0-second cooldown. So now the knives are just permanent. Ow, I'm bad. And you just kind of walk in whatever direction I want. And there is knockback. I know everything's dying, but that's just because it's difficulty 1. Knockback is so vital. Like that, for example, the Roshan is just clipping out of the map. Hey, where'd he go? There he is. And then look at that. So now I just get a huge upgrade, and that's actually massive. The health regen doubles. I've never made this before. That is actually obscene. I'm actually shocked the health regen doubles. That's so good. What's boss to see? Oh, the Evershade is the guy that just slowly follows you. So let me just, you know. Why you dying, buddy? Oh, magnet. So he cannot reach me now. I'm just going to bully him constantly. Let me focus on this guy for a second. I'll get this in the desperate hopes that I can get the magic missile upgrade. Yes, I can. So now it's going to do 80 more damage. Pickup radius would have been good too, actually. This honestly just really makes me want to do a Survivors like. I know I did Death Must Die last year for a little bit. But I really should have done like another one. Let's just do Arcane Bolt. Oh good, another magnet. Arcane Bolt will help with the boss, basically. So yeah, just the amount of games that I've had to play to do the event is just mentally psychotic to me. It just really drained me. From wanting to touch Dota for a while. Obviously I'm touching this for the review, but I haven't touched it since I finished, and I don't even know if I want to touch it. Oh good, another magnet. Come on, I want to max another ability. I need 2 levels. I'll take that. I love the banter, just even in this as well. So once you hit the 12-minute mark, you fight Imperia, who's basically the crude dickhead sister who killed Venge. Alright, that was close. Hello, how are you doing? I hope you like dying. So a big thing about this fight is that attack. Basically, you just stand behind these and you can just do this. Another reason why the daggers are really good. Oh. Because if you don't have the pillars, you would just have to stand like really far away and not be able to hurt her, which sucks. Which is basically dead. Ow. How dare you. Wow, I did it. And then we get a cutscene that plays every time, which is fantastic. So this is what I meant by what Venge does.
Pull my wings off. Cast me out of my own kingdom. Leave me to rot in the...
No, sister. You were always the dramatic one. I've got a kingdom to run.
It's a really satisfying ending, in my opinion. There you go. Come on. Hooray. Anyway. I'm gonna now talk about cosmetics a little bit. But before we do, we gotta activate this. For vibes. And it's gonna crash my screen, which is fantastic. It didn't show up. It's not loading! Where's my disco ball? There we go. Okay. So yeah, so they're doing a 20% sale, which kind of sucks because I bought these before the sale. I didn't know. It's not the end of the world. I do like that this whole bit. So as you would play the map, or you can like buy them, I think. You can't buy them. You can get them in the caravan, which I never got, I don't think, but basically as you play and such, you can find Crownfall coins. Collect 10 and you can get a discount on anything over $7.99. So it's like I slash that and I can get this for free. You can get $7.99 off of the skins or the arcanas and things. It's great. I like it a lot. The arcanas I think are really great, honestly speaking. I'm so happy. The Skywrath one, funnily enough, was in the files for I think a long time. Like people knew about the concept of this set for a long while. So it's just very interesting to see it come out now because of this event. But it makes sense for Skywrath to get an Arcana at the same time as Venge. Now, in regards to these 20 tokens, well, we have this thing, which I can very much do. I believe I never got this. Yeah, I didn't get this. So, I will start with this, and we'll just open some treasures. Because why not? I've played this game for enough hours, I feel like it's fair. And I will just end it with this. Hooray! Alright, let's go. Okay, it's just a visual bug. Do I think I'm gonna get any of these? No. If I do, great, but I doubt it. Cool. Anyway, let's just skip the rest of them, because doing this 12 more times is going to take forever. I got the very rare? Okay, cool! I didn't think I would. Neat. Wow. Alright. What? What do you mean I got it twice? What? What do you mean? I'm not gonna get the rare, but I'll get the very rare twice? Alright. Sure. Okay. Oh, that's so stupid. I gotta do the other one now. The Heroes Horde. which has Mecha Vancer, which I'm not getting. And again, I got that stupid Spirit Breaker set twice, so I shouldn't talk. God damn. Hooray, let's go open it. So this has some of the more interesting sets, definitely. Like, Pirate Hoodwink. Got Pirate Hoodwink. You got, like, Bounty Rat. You got this really cool one as well. This one is dumb. Alright, let's see what the game's gonna give me. We'll play it out once, for fairness sake. Alright, and now we just bum rush. Like, I'm getting all the base sets. The rares and stuff I doubt I'm getting. Alright, cool. I got, like, Space Dark Willow. Cool. And that's it. Alright, there we go. Did it. And now, this is basically done. I did something exciting, because I knew it was kind of going to be a bit boring. Now I have all these sets to sift through, basically. God damn. But yeah, just some final statements. I don't know if I'm going to come back to Dota this year, outside of this. The event was really mentally taxing. And outside of Marvel Rivals, which, you know, is new and interesting, and I figure I'll play it for at least 20-ish hours. Kind of just don't want to do too much PvP this year. Then again, it's January, God only knows what's going to happen. I'll probably be lying through my teeth. I don't even know if I'm going to be doing a lot of Dota stuff either. I don't even know if I'm going to do the patch note readings, honestly speaking. Unless the patches are insane. But then again, I don't know. I really don't. It's one of those things where I just don't know. I've been debating a lot of stuff behind the scenes for the past couple of weeks. Partially because of Dota, partially because of other things. And time will tell. I enjoyed Crownfall, but I am happy that it's going to end in a week. I'm happy that I'm mentally done with it, because I don't have the energy for Dota anymore right now. If they do another big event, I hope it's not insane and psychotic. Things like that. Anyway, I am going to disappear into the nothing. I hope you all have a good rest of the day. I hope you all have a good rest of the night. I hope you all have a good rest of the whatever. I'm gonna go, and until next time, which will be something, and in regards to Dota, I still have no idea. Goodbye.